Thank you. Thank you, Anila, Mondiradi, Bonia, and all children. I think you have done a fantastic job. May I request to mute your system, please? If you can mute your system, if you can mute your
Thank
system.
you, Dr. Datta, and thank you, Bonna Chakraborty. It's a wonderful presentation. In
Thank
Bangla,
you,
I
Bodda.
say,
Thank you. We
Thank you.
will
পদ্ধতিটা
start now
অত্যন্ত সুন্দর
discussion.
ছিল।
Thank you.
শিখন
Thank you,
শেখানোর
brother.
পদ্ধতিটা অত্যন্ত সুন্দর ছিল।
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, children. Children, you are really star. You are really stars. You are doing so good. And this is the topic Pawan Shet is going to discuss today. And I felt that I'm sitting with the children and we are learning Gita. Anila, millions of thanks to you. I learned many things from you today. The way you have recited and taught the Gita to the children, this is really fantastic. Anila, well done. Mondiradi, I was so pleased. You know that Ganesha image, you know, that the way you just drawn is so easy and so good. Well done. I think that particular segment was very well organized and very interesting. And children, you can bring your images next month so that we can show others. And I know that you are doing really good. Now, next session is our discourse. You know that the health, which is Hinduism, education, learning, and prosperity. The word prosperity, whether it is individual or social or collective or national prosperity, it is only possible through the religious discourse, education, and learning. And we felt as Hindus, we have moral duties, emotional duties, and rational duties to learn, to educate ourselves, and also to educate the society, and to bring our mindset and contribute to the society for it in developing, both economically, morally, ethical way, in all aspects. The main intention of this help to foster our understanding, our learning capacity, educational development for the children, and same time for all of us. And we believe that we are too much obsessed with the past and too much obsessed also myopic future. And rather we less focus on current activities. The help to understand why it is very important for all of us, just focus on now. Now is the best time. And that's the discourse. The Hinduism is very oldism. The Sanatana Dharma is very old. And now we are just eagerly waiting Pawan Shetty from Mumbai. I know that it is now 10 o'clock maybe, or 11 o'clock, is going to discuss how an old phenomenon, the children's, I hope that you can join with us, how very ancient philosophy, one of the best philosophy that way, because that philosophy is going to explain in modern way, in contemporary thoughts. Now, his discussion, the topic is understanding Vedant's Advaita. Advaita means non-duality philosophy. Quantum physics in the contemporary world. Many of you children are doing science. Now you may ask, you may think why we are doing this Gita, why we need to sit down here and follow this. Let us see. Unless until we understand that how that ancient philosophy can help us to rethink, to work our activities precisely, will not have the better understanding. Now, let me introduce Pawan Shetty, and I'm so privileged to meet with him recently, and we had a number of discussions about many areas of Hinduism, Indian philosophy, and others. He's an economist who has a long career of 35 years in the advertisement industry as a copywriter with ace advertising agencies in like Mudra, Rediffusions, Percept. He works as a writer in Indian Hindi television and film industry, which is Bollywood. We all know Bollywood. In his long career as a screenwriter, he has worked on various genres and formats, given a few movies and more than 7,500 episodes of famous TV serials and operas. His work was awarded in various ceremonies, a spiritual practitioner from the early teens, and sunk himself into reading and assimilating different scriptures. He's in the middle of beginning an NGO, Tathvasam Asai, which will propagate Indian philosophy in schools without textbook for talented underprivileged children. A new magazine in English and Hindi by the name of Christian's Pragaya is in the final stage of its inaugural issue in the next few months, which will reach the native and international devotees and readers of Sri Krishna. Now, may I invite Pawan Shetty to start his discussion about Vedanta and Advaita. Children and everyone. And it is in my surprise because being a science graduate and understanding current norm of thinking, and you understand the quantum physics, and any science doesn't work without any empirical evidence. And we are talking at the moment in economic sphere, the concept of thinking, the system thinking, the world is within one system. And that is, if you look at our body, the biological formations, everything looks like interconnected. How it is possible that 5, 6, 7,000 years old philosophy we are discussing now, that is discussed in German philosophers, that discussed in American philosophers, even the American Nobel laureate, Sidney Winter and Nelson Winter, they have received the Nobel Prize in 1998, based on system thinking. And that system thinking, I felt, 100% is based on Advaita, Vedanta philosophy. Pawan Shetty, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Datta. And good evening to everyone around there. It's my privilege to talk to you people today about the Sanatan. Sanatan is basically the basic Hinduism, which is Sanatan means eternal. So a religion which has not begun, it doesn't have a beginning and it doesn't have an end. Before I begin to say something about the Vedic Dharma or the Sanatan, let us just chant one small sloka. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityor ma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This shloka means take me from asat, from unreal to real. Take me from darkness to light. Take me from mortality to immortality. Om peace, Om peace, Om peace. I remember a very small story about a scientist. Once a scientist was traveling in a train, and just opposite his seat, one old gentleman was just digging his head into a Bible, reading, and totally immersed into it. The scientist standing and sitting in front of that gentleman just ridiculed him. Science is progressing so much, and you are digging your head into Bible, and what are you reading? Is it consequential? Does it make any sense in today's scientific era? The gentleman who was reading Bible, he said, yes, for me, maybe for everyone. Train stopped. It was their destination point. They both got down. Before leaving, the gentleman, the scientist, gave a visiting card to the person who was reading Bible. And he asked, sir, may I know you also? The person who was reading Bible is known as the father of electricity, Thomas Alva Edison. Scientists felt that he has insulted such a great personality, and he requested him, can I have an appointment to come to your place? Edison, as humble as always, said anytime. After a few days, scientists went to his place, and in Edison's room, there was a globe, a model of globe, and it was beautiful, illuminated, shining, and blue light was also there. The scientist was amazed, asked who made it. Edison said, I don't know. Scientist emphasized, sir, please tell me who made it. And Edison was having the same answer that I don't know who made it. Scientists were still puzzled and asked, sir, anybody might have made it. Edison said, can you tell me who made this universe, the globe, which is outside there on which we are residing? That is the reason I read Bible. So science and philosophy or religion or dharma, these are the things not always somewhere you need any kind of proofs, but certain religions in the world have got the potential and they have got the proofs also. So we can say, like Osho once said, dharma, because for Sanatan, for Hinduism, we don't use the word religion, we use the word dharma. That dharma is always a secret, a mystery. And we try to expose it, we try to just unravel it. While philosophy is a search of truth, which has got certain hypotheses, and people have to follow those or to check those hypotheses, and they go with the logic. Likewise, in this world, there are two kinds of religions. Some religions are the faith-based religions, like Christianity, like Islam, like Judaism. There are other religions which are inquiry-based religions, like Hinduism, where you ask the question, who am I? Like Buddhism, like Jainism, these are the religions which always inquire. Existence, yes, we all exist. That is not an issue. Issue is that from where I have come, who am I, and where I will go. So the ancient and the most, you can say, the oldest books or scriptures have been considered as Vedas. We all know that Vedas are the, you can say, root of Hinduism or Sanatan. And as for Hinduism is concerned, as for Sanatan is concerned, when we talk of Veda, Vedas have got different parts. One is that Brahman or Samhita. Samhita part deals with the karmkand or the practicing system or the yagyas and the do's and don'ts. But the last part of Vedas is the Aranyak or Upanishad or Vedanta. Vedanta, Ved means knowledge, or Vid means I know, that knowing. And Vedanta, Ant means end. So Vedanta means the pinnacle or the final knowledge. That is the an essence of Vedas is into Vedanta. And Vedanta, the part which is called as Upanishads, that is the crux of Indian philosophy. Upanishad, again we can divide this word. Up means near, sitting close, and Nishad means sitting in the feet of the person from whom you are getting the knowledge, who is imparting you the knowledge. So the disciples who got the knowledge from their gurus, and that knowledge was, you can say, collected into the books. Those books are called as Upanishads. And as for Upanishads are concerned, though they have been considered as 280 Upanishads, but the major Upanishads are only 11. They are Isha, Kat, Kain, Mundak, Mandukya, Atre, Tatre, Chandogya, Brahma Aranyak, and Svetas. Now today, when we talk of Upanishads, then there are the 6 systems of Indian philosophy, and 3 are the major. That is, one is Advait, that is called as non-dualism. Then Vasisht Advait, that means it is the special Advaitism. And the third is Dvait, means duality. When the duality we talk about, that there are 2. One is human being or the object, another is the subject. So today we are talking about Advait, that what Advait is and how it all began. Though Rig Veda and the Yajurveda and Samveda have got the glimpses of Advaita, but Indian Advait system or the Indian philosophy of Advaita goes with Sankaracharya. I'll just go back to a little history of this Advait. When Buddhism came at foray and began to converting each and every Indian or the person who was a follower of Hinduism into Buddhism, at that time Shankaracharya just came up with the book which was written by the Vyas, and that book was called as Brahma Sutra. So Brahma Sutra was the book. Sutra means formula, and Brahma means the ultimate supreme consciousness or the supreme God or the Paramatma. So the formulas of knowing Brahma were there in Brahma Sutra, and Shankara got them translated and explained them in the easiest form so that it should reach out to the people whosoever are there around. So that he should have enough of, you can say, comparative study, and at the same time he should have the logical knowledge to give the proper reply to the Buddhism or their system of thinking, their system of philosophy. There comes that what Advaita is, what Brahm is, what Atma is, what is the connection, what is the correlation between the Brahm and the Brahm and the Atma. So now the question comes, why the word Brahm has been used for the Paramatma, the ultimate or the supreme consciousness. Brahm means Brahad. It has come from the word Brahad, which is of the Sanskrit. Brahad means the big, large. And when we talk of Brahma, so it is ultimate, it is the largest, it is infinite, it encompasses all. I'll just give a small example of Bhagavad Gita also, where when Krishna showed his Virat Roop, his to Arjun. So Virat, there he showed that everything is there in him. So Brahma means the supreme consciousness which has got everything in it. Now the question comes, Brahma Sutra means the knowledge of getting knowledge that takes you to understand Brahma. Next comes that when we talk of Brahma, so what is Brahma? Brahma is not a human being. Brahma is not someone sitting at the top of the sky and looking at you and deciding the things, and then you can say he is or she is having some system of books, or you can say some kind of ledger where the things have been put. No, it is not that. Brahma is basically the supreme consciousness, the Chaitanya. The word Chaitanya means Chetna. Chetna means the thing which gives life, which gives mobility. The very simple thing I can tell you that when a person dies, the cells of his body, the molecules in the cells of his body are the same as he was alive, now he is dead. But consciousness has gone. So now we come to the main point that what Advaita